Oh, uh. Uh, uh. Uh. Mic test. Mic test. Mic test. Mic test. Okay. Um, I turned this live on to give a quick update on Bitcoin and what I think it may happen later. And I mentioned before that the first scenario that I'm looking at is the ending diagonal, something like this. For this to achieve this, it is probably going to be two more ABCs coming down, something like that. This ending diagonal, that's what I'm looking at. But it's also possible that we'll make a big ABC or like a triangle and then go down again and start back up. And that was the second choice. And there's the third choice, which is it ended here. If it ended here, then um, it may go up very high later. But it will take time for sure. But case 3 is just that the lowest point is here. And there's also a fourth case, which I think is very unlikely. If I think about probability, I think. Okay, I'll write it down. First, ending diagonal. Second, uh, correction, big correction, or triangle. Third one was start the next impulse, or let's say this next start of beginning of the upwards movement. And the last one is also the same, but okay, maybe I'll say third and the fourth together. Oops. The third, there are two cases. The first one is that this place is the ended. This place is the starting point, where the second one is this point as a starting point. So um, if I look at line chart, which is the ending price of like a candle. For example, this is the daily candle. Then this is the ending price of the daily candle at this time, which is lower than here. And you could easily, if I look into log, I could say that this has gone already ABC downwards, or 2-3 waves, something like this, made a ending diagonal already. It's possible, but very unlikely. I actually put this about 20%. Big triangle, maybe 30%, and ending diagonal around 50%. it is also possible that this one wave, this wave is completed, and this wave ABC is completed, and now it comes another ABC coming down like this, forming this ending diagonal. Something similar like this. Here, up, come down, up, come down. So ending diagonal, there are two cases as well. First is with or without candle wick. So with these two cases, I think it's about 50%, which means we have to take our strategy where it would not pass this line. So this is the forbidden line, and if this passes, then I believe the first is invalid, in my opinion. It is also possible that it goes like this and then make an ending diagonal like that. But this is an ending diagonal of the big wave from here. So maybe that's something else that we consider next time. But now I'm thinking about ending diagonal of this wave. Something like that. Or something like it could differ. But yes, that's what I'm looking at. So we have to keep this line. And if I just look into this ending diagonal part, and this is a ABC ended, now I count from here, and I have counted A, B, C. This was in my previous videos, so I'm not going to go further into details. And I think here was an ABC, and coming down a ABC. A, B, and then I thought here this part was a triangle. However, a triangle and the wave was going up, and I thought it would have ended here or here. However, it broke up upwards. So I am starting to have some doubts that this was a triangle. It could be. We just make two cases and we trade in those overlapping waves. So triangle, B wave, triangle, and the next is just regular B wave. And where can this overlap? Let's see. If you assume this was a triangle, A, B, C, D, E, then we count an impulse go upwards from here, the yellow line, which means it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this should have been the end. And if it was an ending diagonal, it would not break this trend. Usually it would not. And it would have gone like this. However, it's not an ending diagonal, and it broke the trend quite easily. So what can this be? This could mean what the first thing is. Oops. First thing is that this was the first wave. First wave impulse. This first wave impulse means that here, for the whole thing that I counted was 1. And now we have to make 5. So 1, 2, 3. 3 is coming up. 4, 5. Something like this. And let's see, how about regular B wave? Yeah, how about a regular B wave? Then we scrap this one, actually. Then it's an A, and then B is a A, B, C. We start counting from here. So 1, 2, we see 3, 4, 5. So what can we see here is it's a very nice diagonal. This is very commonly seen in all Bitcoin in all time frame. So it is a very dangerous point to actually take long. What can we see here is we have this part is overlapping. So no matter what, people will trade here unless it extends and go like this. But this is very, very unlikely, probably 10%-ish. Um, and we can also look at other reasons that it may resist here. So now we can make a trading setup. What we can take from here to around here as a safe bet. So if this was a regular B wave, then this is the end. So you take a short. If this was a B wave triangle and it's a first wave impulse here, then it's just a part of the second triangle, a second ending diagonal, which would make something like that. So there are two ways to trade. The first is take a short somewhere soon when the wave ends, and then recover here. Of course, taking long here is very dangerous because it could go down. Recover, just take profit here, and then when it comes up one more time, then we are sure this regular B wave was incorrect, and we go for a B wave triangle, which is still another wedge type, and take a short here. So taking a short, recover, or just taking a short, wait, and then take short again, and then bring it down to a very, very long profit margin. So these are some choices, some trade method, and from this I am actually counting this wave to be A, B, C upwards. So now let's see how many resistances are here. We always look for from the biggest wave, from the up to down. We don't see much here because it's quite. Oh, let's see. Sorry, we were in log from up to down. Nothing. Now we see the smaller wave from here. Nothing. Now we see a smaller one here. Now we can tell. We can see some lines. We just hit the 0.5 line of this wave, which is less important than this wave. So we just hit a 0.5 line of the one previous wave. Let's mark this as yellow. It's not that important, but it is still one of the resistance. Something near. We're not gonna mark 618 because if it comes to 618, then my analysis is just wrong, and we have to start everything all over again. Now we go to the next one. Now we see another 0.5 here, which I believe it's crucial. Let's put it as orange. So you see this this line as a Fibonacci resistant line, and we can tell easily that the trend is broken. So we can say officially that starting from here, either here or here, it doesn't matter. Well, it matters for counting. Yeah, I think it's here. But in trend perspective, it is one trend, and you can count this as a separate trend compared to something going down. Now let's look into more of Fibonacci extensions. Usually, C wave extends about 1.13 or until 1.382 ish. I see this line has a gap and has a repeating, which I put it around, put it as orange, which is quite important. Yes. Now we also look at some important volume. I see weekly. You want to see where did the trades happen the most, or where were the support and resistances, and how were those broken. For example, here, it was supported here, and then it was further supported. However, it broke, which means it was going to act as a resistance. However, you see, come down and have as a resistance, but it also broke and broke down again. Um, this is not a nice support and resistance. It means a lot less compared to others. Let's see the other. For example, this one. Resisted, broke, support, failed, came down, broke again, support, went up, broke, down, resisted, went down. So what does it mean? This means that in the beginning, this resistance and support line was not reliable, or you say it's non-existent almost. However, after getting supported and broken at a uh, big price difference, and people think this line is important now. And it was probably overlapping with a lot of Fibonacci's and other trend lines, wave countings. So those are the things you want to take into account. And I want to see something around here that it would matter. So that's why I was looking at this area, and maybe we also have uh, this area. I don't see much until here, so it is much higher. Uh, this was placed near 618, I think. Oh, very. So I think this area is the next resistant line, or somewhere I would take more short if I had to. And let's look for trends. Yeah, here is another big resistance. This is something that everyone should look at. Uh, it's just a parallel trend, and it works because there are so many people looking at it. And look at some volume as well. Where was this broken? Around this area. Oh, around this area as well. This is another place that, yeah. So how about here? Oh, it is around this area. Also here. It's around here, this area, breaking the whole support. So with these reasons already, we do see resistance happening here, and maybe it will happen here because uh, these trend line has price dependency and also time. Uh, so if the price is here and the trend line hits here and you don't see any resistance, it doesn't hit the resistance here, then it would act less important compared to right here. But as you see, it is possible to reach here in a short amount of time, which means we still have to take this into account. It is possible that it will reach in and go down or get some correction afterwards. But something like here, um, we thought we already analyzed this area as an resisting area, and this trend line also parallel trend line matches with the resistant area. Then it is a very critical point. If this breaks up, then it will probably get supported back again. Uh, Either here or either here. It depends. But now, finally, we can finalize whether this is a nice place to short or not. Is we count or go into smaller time frame. So if I say that this was a B wave, A, B, C, and we start counting from here, and we clearly see one wave here going down as a two, wave two, then going up as wave three. I'll probably have to count something like this as a wave three, and then when we break this trend, coming down as a wave four, and then going up as wave five. And as a wave five, you just want to go into further detail how you would predict the wave five is by counting as well. I see 1, 2, 3. I see 4, correction, 4, 5. So initially in my previous trading live, I thought this was finished. 5 waves were finished. So um, I was taking a lot of short around this area because I thought it was going ABC, and it failed miserably. I took my stop loss around this area, so that was not a good trade. And I remember uh, one of the viewer also traded around here, and I hope I didn't lose much. I hope you took your stop loss and not high leverage. But yeah, I hope the best for you. Uh, if I continue, I thought this was the end. However, it wasn't. It broke, and it hit the critical level now. So this messes up um, the whole the wave counting, unless you make it ending diagonal, of course. Ending diagonal works, and I believe it is highly possible. And if it comes up, I will trade as well. Um, and I see ABC. In my opinion, it could be wrong. Then go up something like that. If it gives a new high, then I think here is somewhere that, in my opinion, I would trade short to take down. As I said before, maybe here and take the profit and wait for the next one, or you just take short a little bit and then until it hit the next and take short. This only works if you use very low leverage, at the most 5 times, or maybe 2 to 225 x. But if you use something like 7 to like 20, then you will not be able to wait until this time. You would have to make a very very fast stop loss when it hit your price tag price line. So it's something to keep in mind. That is my current strategy. That if it goes up, then I will short, and if it goes down now, then I do nothing. Um, because this is something I didn't expect, maybe. No. Um, maybe if it even goes down, it could go something like this, as an ending diagonal of the wave, not this little wave, because there are um, couple types of ending diagonals where it's A, B, C. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and an ending diagonal here. This is one. But it is also possible to have an ending diagonal of the whole thing because it's always a wave of something else. It could be an A, B, oops, A, B, C. It could be an ending diagonal like this. So it's a bigger ending diagonal. So there are multiple possibilities that may happen. So it is not nice. It's difficult to have a type or have a outlook accounting, fixed counting. Try to count as many as you can do, and try to fit them in a uh, overlapping way. So you trade in the overlapping areas. But this, okay, I can go in further detail in 5-minute counting. So what happened yesterday was I looked at here as A, B, and then going up as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I thought this was the end. However, it broke up with a triangle. So I was like, huh, maybe it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, triangle, 5 as a finished. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think it was correct that it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. But I did not expect this would go up and break this line. So my stop loss was here. Now there are some platform. This is the highest point, and which I think it is the highest point. You can see it makes a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Counting was perfect. And then if I count from here, let's see how I do it right now. So this is the highest point, and we can easily see an A going down, and a nice triangle. It doesn't have to be a triangle, but that's what I see right now. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then here it's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that makes an A. This is an A. And going upwards, A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very simple. That's a B. And a C coming down, 5 waves. I think it's... Oh, yeah, it's a wide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. Almost perfect ABC. Almost ideal, to be honest. It's always very difficult to have a wide ending diagonal. Nothing like this. More like this is very tough, and you see a lot of ABCs instead of 5 waves. So anyways, that is everything. Let me see here. I think this is one wave. Maybe it will also break upwards. Let me see. B wave. It's a diagonal. BC and a C wave as a This is questionable because this is usually one wave, two wave, three wave, four wave, five wave. But it is also possible that it does this instead. Let's see. I do think it's five waves, and if it goes up to here, then it would have to get support by here and go up, maybe down like this. This is a nice point to count, and hopefully if you're trading, if you have the same idea as I do, then hopefully you can take the short around here. I will not take I will not wait until this area, but rather like how we saw it last time, we made this resistant lines um, somewhere here or somewhere here. Maybe you could also split them, but counting is usually the best, and look at the volumes where when it pops, it has a come down with a very long tail or pops volume, then it is time to look into not exactly take position. It's time to look into whether that resistant line is strong or not. Always remember that even it goes down in ending diagonal, there's also a possibility that breaks up and becomes like a wave one, something like 1, 2, 3, and this would make a humongous impulse, which is another 30% that I was looking at. These really happen a lot here, here, and here. If those happen, like this one was a B C when I counted, and it definitely broke. It made an ABC, and then it broke upwards, which makes this whole thing as an A, and goes up to B. 1, 2, I meant 1. Sorry, whole thing as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with an ending diagonal. Yeah. So that is something to keep in mind, and that's everything for today. Yeah, thanks for listening, and click that like. I like to see when people like it, and comments are yeah. Any questions? Just leave it on comments. Okay. Thanks. Bye bye.